I'm Nagaswati, working as an assistant professor and head the Department of Commerce with Computer Applications, Mannar Thirumalai Nayakar College, Madurai. Today we are going to see the course of Database Management System. The topic is DCL and TCL. DCL is Data Control Language and TCL is Transaction Control Language. What are SQL commands? SQL commands are the fundamental building blocks for communicating with your DBMS, that is Database Management System. It is used to interact with the database with some operations. It performs specific tasks, functions, and queries of data. SQL can perform various tasks like creating a table, adding data to a table, dropping the table, modifying the table, and permission for users, which is set. SQL commands are mainly categorized into five categories. DDL, data definition language; DQL, data query language; DML, data manipulation language; DCL, data control language. The last one is TCL, transaction control language. DCL, data control language. It is used to control access and permissions to data in a databases. So they determine who can do what, such as who can read, insert, update, or delete data. So the main commands for the DCL is grant, and the next one is revoke. So these commands are used to control the access to data in the database by granting or revoking the permissions. The tabular column shows the command of DCL, grant and revoke. The first command, grant. It assigns new privileges to user account, allowing access to specific database objects, actions, or functions. The syntax of grant: grant privilege type column list on object type, object name to user with grant option. For example, we can write a grant command. Grant select comma insert, both are privilege type. On object type we are going to mention here employees to some other person, so it is a user. So the query is grant select comma insert on employees to some username. The next one is revoke. It removes previously granted privileges from a user account, taking away their access to certain database objects or actions. So we already know revoke syntax: revoke privilege name on object name from username. That is enough. So example, revoke insert on employees from some username. Going before the TCL, we must know the best practices of DCL. Grant minimum required privileges. So follow the principle of least privilege. Give users only the permissions they need to do their work. It prevents unauthorized access or accidental data changes. The next one is avoid using grant all privileges. Do not give full control unless absolutely necessary. It may allow users to modify or delete critical data. Regularly review and update permissions. So periodically check who has what access. So it helps remove unused or unnecessary privileges. Use revoke to remove unused access. So immediately revoke access when a user no longer needs it. It keeps our database secure. Document all permissions. So keep a record of all grant and revoke operations. It is useful for auditing and troubleshooting security issues. Grant privileges to roles, not individual, if supported. Create roles like teacher role, student role, and assign privileges to them instead of giving each user direct rights. So it is easier to manage and maintain. Restrict grant option. Avoid giving users the ability to grant privileges to others unless necessary. So it prevents misuse of permissions. The next one is test access after granting or revoking. So always verify that permissions work as expected. So it ensures the correct level of access is provided. So these are the best practices of DCL. So now we are moving to the TCL, Transaction Control Language. So transactions group a set of tasks into a single execution unit. So each transaction begin with a specific task and end when all the tasks in the group are successfully completed. So if any of the task fails, the transaction also fails. So therefore, a transaction has only two results. One is success, the another one is failure. So common TCL commands. The first one is begin transaction, second commit, third rollback, the fourth one is save point. The tabular column shows the commands which are used in the TCL. The first one, begin transaction. It starts a new transaction and the syntax is begin transaction and the transaction name we should mention. The next one is commit. Saves all changes made during the transaction. That is, we can use just commit word. The next one is rollback. Undoes all changes made during the transaction. Just we can mention rollback. The next one is save point. Creates a save point within the current transaction. So syntax is save point name. The best practices of TCL. So use transaction for related operations. Group multiple SQL statements that depend on each other into a single transaction. It ensures data consistency, either all changes happen or none do. Always end transactions with commit or rollback. Every transaction should clearly end with either commit or rollback. It prevents unintentional locks or incomplete updates. Use save point for complex transactions. When handling multiple steps, use save point to mark a stage we can roll back to if something fails. It allows partial undo instead of restarting everything. Test transactions before applying to live data. First, run our transaction on test data or in a development database. So it avoids accidental data loss or corruption. So keep transactions short. Don't include long running or unnecessary operations inside a transaction. So it reduces locking and improves system performance. So handle errors properly. Use proper error handling in programs that execute transactions. It ensures rollback occurs if any statement fails. Use commit only after verification. Double check that all operations are correct before using commit. Once committed, changes cannot be undone. Document major transactions. Record important transaction logic for reference and auditing. It helps in debugging and also the maintenance. So, these are all the best practices of TCL. Thank you.